Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today I'm going to be reviewing the new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. So if you want to see a look, swatches, close-ups, all the things, then please stick around for today's video and make sure you are subscribed before leaving today. Let me go ahead and zoom you in so you can see this beautiful palette up close and personal. Nomad is going to be releasing the Fuji 5 Lakes Intensive Color Palette. You can use my discount code BRITTANYRAE to save some money. I do not earn any money from that code. It's just there to help you out. This palette will be launching on Tuesday, August 20th. It says around 12:01 a.m. EST. And every single launch, Nomad does have a cause, and for this particular collection, it says that we are proud to support More Trees Forest Conservation Organization, whose goal is a society where forests and people can coexist for generations to come. So if you would like to pick up this palette, then some of the money will go back to that organization. I must say that this palette is absolutely beautiful. The packaging, I love how textured it is. I think it's such a beautiful color story. I was not expecting this color story. Honestly, I don't know if I have a color story in my collection quite like this. It's very unique to my collection, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of reds and blues, but something about this palette really inspired me to play with it, and honestly, I think they are all beautiful. Like, they somehow just work with one another. I feel like Nomad, they always have a way of giving us a beautiful mix of cool tones and warm tones with some neutrals here and there. So when I saw the color story, I was like, okay, I can definitely work with this. I think it's beautiful, honestly, for year round. But I want to go ahead and show you one of the looks that I already created. It was very, very simple. I literally went in with the brown, like, beautiful, soft, cool tone matte in the palette, threw that in the crease, and then on top, I just went in with the beautiful, like, everyday wearable shimmer. Pampas Grass, I put that all over my lid just to have some sparkle. It was my daughter's open house, and I wanted something very pretty and simple. That way I could test out the palette. And then I went in with Diamond Fuji in the center just for a beautiful blue iridescent in the inner corner. And honestly, I'm liking that look, and I'm really happy that I was able to get a very basic look. And for today, I already have a little bit of the brown red Rowan on my crease because I had to run errands. So if you're curious if you see something on my eyes, yes, it's because I already have one of the mattes placed. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so we can go ahead and create a look together. Honestly, I am not too sure. I'm just going to get like a clean brush and kind of blend in case it's creased at all. I do not know what I want to do today. I really want to focus on some of the yellows because they look beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm probably going to mix in to all of the beautiful yellows because I just want to see how different they are. And I'm sure they're going to blend in wonderful with one another just because you have like a light shade, a mid shade, and then more of like an orangey, deeper yellow. So that's the lightest shade. Honestly, it would be perfect for just blending out the other shades or using it on the inner corner. I think it's a really pretty soft yellow. I was going to do two different looks, but I don't know what I'm doing. It is, if you're seeing this video, happy Saturday, because that's when Nomad always shows a color story. But it is Friday, and I'm not sure what we're doing, if we're even going to do anything, but I prefer to have one cohesive look versus two different eye colors. Now I want to go in, I can never say the names. I'm going to go into this shade right here, like a pretty, I'm curious to see if it's going to be like a bright yellow or kind of grungy to it. Okay, this is a bright, like, highlighter yellow. So I'm not someone who reaches for yellows all that often, but I don't know, sometimes I'm here for a yellow. Whoa, those are intense. Okay, they're not grungy at all. They are just like boom yellow, like a sunflower yellow. Now I'm gonna go into this shade right here and see how that looks with everything. And okay, this is really pretty. And just kind of mix those together. Okay, those blended in really pretty. I zoomed you up a little bit more because I felt like you were too far. I'm going to go into that same yellow and put it on the lower lash line. Oh, that's it by itself without any of the other brighter yellows. If you're curious how different they can be, this is so much darker. Oh, I like it. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I kind of want to play with some of the mattes. The shimmers look lovely, but I want to focus on the mattes. I think I might mix Mountain something with Fuji something. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to mix those two together and just kind of blend it on the outer V. And then I don't know, guys. We're going to do this together because I'm going to use so many shades. This color story is pretty. And at first I was like, okay, that is unique, but like, what am I going to do with it, you know? So I'm just having fun with y'all. I'm curious to see if this is like an improved matte formula because it almost blended itself. I know it's not completely done blending, but I mean, that was really fast and really nice for like these very colorful shades. And I'm adding it on top of a yellow, which can kind of change it, but I didn't have any problem. So I'm excited. And also the shimmers, this is like the good Nomad shimmer formula if you're curious. I've only used 2 so far, but it's like the good one, you know? It's not the one that's gonna get hard pan, it's the good one. I'm gonna go into a little bit of Mount Fuji. And I don't know why that word makes me giggle. Every time I say it, I can't help but like giggle inside. I just wanna, I don't know, I wanna put, whoa, that is going to be a beautiful inner corner pop for me. I'm not gonna do it today. Or to like blend anything out. That is a really pretty color. Mount Fuji. Not sure what I'm doing. I wanna go into the shade right here. It's not like a true bright red like this one. I like that it's a little bit deeper, almost like maroon. So I wanna see how that looks on my eyes. Okay, that shade's pretty. Just that alone with some of these shimmers, it's gonna be another look I want to do. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. This red, it's giving fall. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I'm not sure. I kind of want to go into that shade. I'm gonna add it as liner last, but I want to add just a little bit here, and we'll go into the shimmers. I have a lot of shimmers to try, guys, so we're just gonna go into it first. I'm gonna go into the golden shade. This is, I love this formula from them. It's almost like, it's not quite like the New Zealand stargazing, because these are like almost more smoother, but it's similar to this formula. And I would say it's like a baby formula between the New Zealand palette and like Ghost Town. If these are like a little bit more creamier, it's like a mixture, I would say, of these two, like the shimmers. It's really nice. It's beautiful. It's like blue sparkles in there as well. I know you have seen the swatches, but I haven't swatched it yet. I've just been busy, and my kiddos are keeping me really busy. But I'm excited to swatch them. But this is a beautiful yellow, like vanilla, with blue sparkles in there. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of almost like a topper formula in a way. Now I'm going into Diamond Fuji, and I'm telling you, like, that it's honestly like a diamond. It is quite something special. It's an iridescent, but it's so, I don't even know, like, while I'm swatching it, it's like you can barely feel it. It's really pretty. It's a lovely formula. Oh. To deepen out the outer corner before I go into some more of the shimmers. I actually, low-key, I was so excited to do the shimmers, I forgot to kind of finish the mattes. But I want to deepen this up a little. And I'm just mixing the blue shades with the more like maroon red and just mixing them together. The blending process after I apply the shimmers, we're going to go into the blue shimmers. Yeah, this is definitely almost like Ghost Town shimmers, but smooth like the New Zealand palette. And I'm just going to kind of put this in the outer third. I'm going to go into the other blue. I'm curious to swatch those side by side and see the difference. I think this one is just like a little bit of a lighter blue. The other one's pretty dark. But I'm excited to swatch those together. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference, just how like lighter and brighter this one is. I'm really glad they don't look too similar. Might as well go into the last shade I haven't used, and that is the red Fiery Maple. And let's just mix it in. Why not? Oh, wow. Those shimmers blended in really nicely with one another. To kind of like mix them up together, I just went back in with this gold and a little bit of like the pinky champagne shimmer and just kind of like did this number to blend them out with. And now I'm going to go into Diamond Fuji again, just to have that blue shift kind of sprinkled throughout. And then I'll do the red liner and then show you the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look. Let me tell you what I did, because I did a few little changes. So instead of using the red like maroon shade all over for liner, I kind of mixed it with the other like teal shade because I wasn't liking the red. It was making me look kind of sick. And then I went in with the bright red because that was the only shade that I didn't use yet. So I went in with this on the lower lash line. It can be intense, but I was very careful and precise with it. So honestly, with using all the shades thrown on my face to just kind of like help y'all if you're curious like what they actually look like on the eyes, this was kind of almost every shade in the palette on my eyes. So I actually really like this look, but now I'm going to turn down the brightness. Here we have it under low lighting. I like the sparkle, and it's like a flattering sparkle. It's nothing too crazy extreme. It looks very flattering on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the first 3 for you so you can see them. Live swatches. Like, this is a formulation that, like, it doesn't accentuate all the texture on my lids, but still it's very pretty. Alright, there's the red. She's blinding. Alright, now we're going to go into the diamond shade, which this one, it may not look like much swatched out because of like how thin it is. You're going to have to really build this one up, but honestly, it's going to take every look to the next level. Like, it looks wet. It is such a beautiful formulation. Like, it's just so flattering and luxurious. It's the only way I can put it. It's that it's luxurious because it's not like textured and thick and mushy. It's none of that. It's almost like a topper, but just fairy dust in a way. Now let's go into the yellow, which this is a beautiful yellow with, I would say, blue sparkles in there. Oh, and it helped ties it in with the blues in the palette. I need to do another one because it kind of ran into the diamond shade, so we're going to add some more yellow. There we go. Oh, do you see what I mean? How they're just so thin and flattering, and just wet looking. We have 3 more shimmers to swatch, and I'm going to swatch them over here. I want to do the blues right next to each other if you're curious. Like, okay, there's 2 blues. I need to actually see how much they differ. We're going to go into what I would consider more of like the brighter blue, and now we're going to go into the darker one right now, which the darker one's the same formulation as the red, so you can clearly see one's a little bit lighter and one is darker. So here's that lighter blue. Very smooth. Oh, it's so pretty. None of these are like crazy shifty or anything like that. They're just really pretty solid shimmers. And then this is a darker blue. But they do have multicolor sparkles in there, so they're not just like one-dimensional. Now we're going to go into, it's like a pinky champagne. Honestly, it's stunning. This is a shade that I wore in the other look just to like run out the door and go to that open house. It is honestly intense. Like, if you build it up, like, it can be really bright. And there we have it. I'm going to do a little bit more. It's stunning. It's one of my favorite shimmers in the palette. Okay, so there you have all 6 shimmers swatched out. All very different, but still they complement one another, and they just, I'm here for this formula. Like, it looks really good on my aging eyelids. I'm going to go wash my hands, and then I'm going to zoom you out and kind of wrap up some of my thoughts. Okay, I have to first shout out this packaging. I really enjoy it. It is just, it's unique. I don't have anything like this in my collection. Like, the texture, it's soft, and you can just, like, you can feel it. It's really pretty. To me, it looks like wind in a way. Like, I could just imagine, like, being on the water and, like, there's so much wind blowing at you. So, I don't know. I think it's really pretty, and it stands out, and it's hard to stand out nowadays because there's just so many new palettes, and this one definitely stands out. Now, as far as the color story, initially, I opened it, and I was like, okay, that's unique, that's different, and I really like it. Like, at first I was like, but what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? I don't wear blues and I don't wear reds. Like, help, send help. But I thought it was honestly a really pretty fall yet year-round palette in a way, and I like how you can literally just stick with the warms or the cools or mix them together like I did, because I thought it was important, because I can't do multiple looks for today, that I wanted to literally throw them all on my face so you could see them perform for like a right in front of you, and how they would kind of like, would they be cohesive with one another. And I think that they honestly complement each other. But I don't know, I typically don't go for looks like this, and I surprisingly really enjoyed it. And I think it's also important how you can just like grab this palette and throw in this pretty brown right here and just a shimmer and get a very soft wearable look. Or you could just like go to the next level, you know. So please let me know down below, what are your thoughts on this palette, the color story, what do you think? Because I don't have any critiques. I don't have anything bad to say. Like, I feel like you can't go super, super deep, but I normally don't like there's not a black as far as like that depth. But I think if you want some depth, you could just mix like this shade and this shade. But sound off below, let me know what you think, because I enjoy it way more than I thought I would. And I'm excited to have a fall palette in my collection that's not like every other fall color story, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.